And before you became a seafarer, of course, you made a decision sort of around about 14, 15 years of age that it was time to go and leave school and find some work. I think you had some very good counsellors, pastoral care guys at school, and you ended up in a place called Charlie's.
Yes.
Explain.
And
describe.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It's where I first learnt what love time was. But my counsellor actually, Troy Bell, at McGinn Grant High School, is now actually a Liberal member in South Australia, funny enough. But
so it's rubbed off on you?
Well, the politics maybe, but different views, I think. But yeah, that was an interesting thing to find out that he's now the member for McGinn. But look, he definitely got me set up in a traineeship as a chef, which seen me doing 50 hours a week at Charlie's while still trying to complete school. I think my going rate was $5.25 an hour, which at that time I was like, you beauty, earning some money, and I was living out of home at 15. Just sort of was a bit of a run amok. I think my dad got me in a bit of trouble when I may have said the wrong thing to my mum, and lessons learnt. But yeah, I moved out of home at about 15 and started working flat out from there, and that sort of affected the school grades. But I wanted to become a chef at that point. So the vision was just to focus on cooking. And then when I turned 18, I flew up to the Gold Coast to get a better taste, which was with Mediterranean food.
But it also, quite apart from wanting to start work and wanting to become a chef, it also introduced you to a whole new world, and that's the world of low-paid work, and it's obviously had a huge impact on your life going forward.
Absolutely. Again, another one of the things where you didn't see it coming, but I started obviously dishwashing at Charlie's, and to be honest, I loved it. It was a great job. You were like right in the heart of the kitchen, and but you got worked very hard. And if there was work to be done outside of hours, you sort of had to do it. The employer had a way of putting it through the whole system, where the head chef all the way through to the dishwasher, I was going to say dish pig then, but I should be a little bit more politically correct, to sort of say you owe the employer for giving you a job. And that only got worse when I went up to the Gold Coast. It seemed to be a hospitality thing in my mind at the time, but now I understand it's a broader issue than just the hospitality industry.
And how did that sort of manifest? I mean, was it as straight as to your face, or was it sort of, did you find out about these attitudes sort of in more of an underhand way, or when you got your pay slip?
Absolutely underhand. Always knew I wasn't getting paid the hours. So the Gold Coast experience was probably the main one, where I had to travel because I lived in Coolangatta and my employment was in Helensvale. Didn't have a car or anything like that, so I used to travel about 2 hours to get to work via bus and train. Do whatever I could to get a job, basically. Obviously, that was what I grew up with, them morals. And they knew it was tough for me already, but during the split shift where you finish at 2 o'clock and start again at 4 when we're not serving, they knew that I couldn't go home. So you're constantly at the restaurant, and what do you do? But if you don't do this now, well, we're not going to have it ready for service. They wouldn't pay you to get in there and do the prep, but you'd go in and do it anyway. And then it didn't come from the boss, it came from the head chef, who I respected because he was teaching me how to cook. Like when you're learning something you're passionate about, you tend to listen to what they've got to say on all fronts of your working life. And that to me, for a vulnerable young worker, was as simple as, well, if he tells me to do it, I'm going to do it. I look back now and think, how many hours I couldn't even put a number on. It was just consistently.